Good afternoon, my dear comrades of United Kashmir People's National Party, my dear friends, extreme from the right, Mr. Shahab Sharif Saab, second to him, Mr. Akhil Ahmad, the President of United Kashmir People's National Party, Belgium Unit. On my left side, Mr. Sadiq Hussain, Secretary Information of United Kashmir People's National Party. Our today's protest moderator, our long associate and members of working committee, Mr. Khalid Sadiq Saab, our dear comrade, our long associate, Mr. Riaz Ahmed Saab, our long associate and leader of Pashtun Tahfiz movement, Belgium, Europe, Mr. Rahmanullah Khan Saab. Thank you very much for standing in front of the European Parliament today to mark 22nd of October 1947, military incursion into Jammu Kashmir as a doomsday in the history of our motherland. My dear friends, Jammu Kashmir was relatively a small state, a peaceful state, which was gradually progressing and evolving as a nation state in the map of South Asia. But at the time of the division of British Indian subcontinent, when Pakistan was created, and later Pakistan not only violated standstill agreement but also violated its international obligations. From the last 78 years, the people of Jammu and Kashmir in all the divided regions were suffering different type of subjugation, marginalization, deprivation and draconian laws, and such a policy of intimidation, harassment under different laws imposed by both India and Pakistan in their respective administrations. The regions of Pakistani administered Kashmir were divided into two parts under so-called Karachi Agreement, which was signed on 28th of April 1949. And under that agreement, Gilgit-Baltistan was separated from rest of Jammu and Kashmir. And draconian laws like FCR were imposed on those people, depriving them all the fundamental rights and freedoms. And even their historical name was snatched and they were called as northern areas of Pakistan, whereas they were the northern part of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. From the last 40 years, the United Kashmir People's National Party is constantly advocating for peace, for development, for inception of fundamental and basic human rights, right to development, and people-to-people contact across all the regions. But unfortunately, due to geostrategic interest of neighboring countries, we were unable to establish those contacts. Families are still divided and they have no opportunity to interact with each other. Simultaneously, the political forces, the political parties, civil society and all the fraternities have not provided such a conducive environment where they can sit together to finalize and to talk about the future status of Jammu and Kashmir, besides meeting with India, Pakistan, China, and also the members of the United Nations Security Council and other countries. we are demonstrating in front of the European Parliament in Belgium because Belgium was a primary country when United Nations Commission for India-Pakistan was established. So under the pretext of that commission, Belgium has a primary responsibility to take a lead, to call an international conference on all parts of Jammu and Kashmir so that we can sit together, we can talk together, and we can find an amicable solution for this smoldering issue which is hunting millions of people across South Asian region, in India, Pakistan, China, and also in Jammu and Kashmir, the people which are the most victimized of this force. In 2018 and 2019, the High Commissioner of United Nations Human Rights has asked both India and Pakistan to establish a commission of inquiry so that they could gauge the human rights violation perpetuated by both state and non-state actors in all parts of Jammu and Kashmir. The situation today is really pathetic and deplorable. In Ladakh, a human rights activist and environmentalist like Mr. Sonam Wangchuk was detained when he was peacefully protesting for the rights of the people of Ladakh, which were promised by the government of India. But unfortunately, he was detained. The same situation is evolving in Pakistan-occupied territories of Jammu and Kashmir, which is commonly known as Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, where on 29th of September, a massive protest was dealt with the iron fist of the government of Pakistan, and about 12 innocent people, including some members of the armed forces, law enforcement agencies, and local police, were killed. That is very unfortunate situation. And after that, the government of Pakistan established a delegation to talk with Jammu Kashmir Joint Awami Action Committee. We believe that such killing of innocent people could have been avoided if Pakistan would have nominated that delegation before 29th of September. We condemn those killings and we demand government of Pakistan to provide compensation to the victims of those families whose loved ones were become the target of Pakistani law enforcement agencies' bullets in Hirkot, in Chamyati, and in other areas. With regard to this demonstration, we also demand European Parliament to call a follow-up meeting, a follow-up conference of its 2007 unanimous European Parliament resolution, Kashmir present situation and future prospects. As my dear comrade Muhammad Aqeel Khan in his initial speech said, that it is responsibility of the European Parliament to stop both India and Pakistan to take unilateral measures to permanently divide Jammu and Kashmir. We want a united Jammu and Kashmir free from foreign occupation, a buffer state, a neutral state that will be a bridge of peace, harmony and tolerance between all the nuclear powers. This is the only solution that will create a friendly and cordial relationship between India, Pakistan and China who are fighting on our borders and targeting innocent civilians living across the borderline on line of control and line of actual control on the dark side. My dear friends and comrades, I also welcome Mr. Murshid Muhammad. He is a leader of Bangladesh Awami League and he is our long associate, a great friend who have been extending his solidarity with us from Geneva to Brussels, everywhere. Bangladesh Awami League has a long history of fighting against tyranny 16th of December 1970. With regard to that freedom, we also extend our solidarity with Awami League, which was ousted unfortunately by the international forces, and our developing country was sabotaged, its development was sabotaged, its economy was sabotaged, its political stability was sabotaged by the international forces, and a stooge like Mahmoud Yunus was installed in Dhaka. That is also very unfortunate. And dear friends, simultaneously our Pashtun friends have been the victim of proxy war and proxy militancy inflicted by the state of Pakistan from 1954 and particularly from 1979 onward. Today, Pashtun Tahfiz movement under the leadership of great Manzoor Pashtun is fighting for the dignity, for the honor, for the safety and security of their people across so-called during line. They believe that all the oppressed nations should come together, should stand together against tyranny, occupation, and for the dignity of their respective nations, respective regions, and for their respective countries. So, with regard to these words, I would end my speech with reciting some Urdu poetry that will reflect our resistance, resilience, and our demand for transparency, accountability for all those who are responsible for blatant human rights violations in our region. तारिक उल अमर को सदा दो कि वो अपनी फर्दे अमल संभाले, उठेगा जब जमे सरफरोशां, पड़ेंगे दारो रस्म के लाले, कोई न होगा जो बचा ले, जज़ा और सज़ा सब यहीं पे होगी, यहीं से उठेगा शोर महशर, अज़ाब व सवाब सब यहीं पे होगा।